Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Kunjana Maharaj ki jai, Padmanabha Maharaj ki jai, Bhagavat Maharaj ki jai, Trivika Maharaj ki jai, Vishwa Vaishnava Raj Sabha ki jai. Madhava! So, what book we have chosen today?
I didn't choose any book. We can bring Srimad Bhagavatam if you want, or I don't know.
It is up to you.
And today...
you make the choice.
I'll bring Bhagavatam. Maharaj, what subject you want to speak today? What subject you want to speak today? Today is the first day, so you have to speak today.
Cose de pinturas en un esfero.
It's our pleasure to hear from your lotus mouth today.
I shall try my best to satisfy you with something. But I know very little, still I shall try. Shall I start now?
Yes. If you need any book, I can bring, otherwise, whatever you want.
I shall try.
Okay.
We can make a classical one. Explain what is Trinatapi Sunichana.
I want to say something about Attanti of Shivancha, Karabulika, Krishnanti of Shivancha, I want to
Elaborate
on this
sloka. Okay.
Because it is the first day, so it is my first choice.
Yes.
If you permit me, then I can start.
You got 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Okay. I shall try to cover within this time. Attendio Pritivancha. Karabhulikam. Krishnandio Pritivancha. Hare Privana. The desire to gratify one's own senses is kama. But the desire to please the senses of Lord Krishna is prema. The desire to gratify one's own senses is kama. That is to say, lust. But the desire to satisfy the senses of Lord Krishna is prema. So if we want to love Krishna, then we should do everything for Krishna. But most of the devotees, what are they doing? They are chanting the holy names of Krishna, but for getting money. But our target should be like this. And just the dust of your feet, if I commit any mistake, you will pardon me. It is my suggestion for all, chant the holy names of Krishna only for Krishna. It is is our bounden duty to please Krishna, to please the senses of Krishna. And if I fail in this examination, then everything will be smashed down. Krishna is all in all. So I shall present Krishna and run after money. It is not a good sign of devotion. So I shall request each and every single one to serve Lord Krishna. And just whenever I shall serve Lord Krishna, Krishna will supply everything to me that I need. I have no need to run after money. I shall run after Krishna only. And if I need money, then that money will be supplied to me by Krishna. So, it is my request to each and every single one of the world, let us try to serve Krishna properly. Our love should be profound for Krishna. But in material world, we are deeply attached to the material world. Material things are nothing. Material things will not give me happiness. Material things will not give me bliss. I shall get everlasting peace and happiness only from Lord Krishna. And if I fail to please Krishna, then Krishna will not give me anything. Of course, I am not attached to the material world. I don't long for money. I long for the lotus feet of Krishna. Gurudev is here, so I am stopping here. If I commit any blunder, please excuse me. I shall try my best to deliver my speech afterwards. It is the first day, so I am stopping here. Many, many thanks.
You have many more minutes.
I have tried to cover it within 3 minutes.
Okay, Maharaj, you are next on Trinatapi Sunichana.
Yes. So yesterday you all didn't come, and I myself and Nistinchan Maharaj, we were discussing on this subject in other Sunichana actually. Yes, let's discuss. Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Mukhaṁ Karoti Vachalam Pangumidam Gayatim Girim Jakripatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramanandamadanam Shri Chaitanya Visaram Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Shri Guruvakti Gamba Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. It is a big subject matter, this Shunadati Sunichana, and it is the basic of our philosophy. And without Shunadati Sunichana, or without being humble, it is not possible to go ahead in bhakti. So, yes, as Nistinchan Maharaj also choose this subject that आत्मेंद्रिय प्रतिवंशा तारे कहे काम कृष्णेंद्रिय प्रतिवंशा भरे प्रेम नाम is both the things are related. Yes, Trunadati Sunichena and what Maharaj said. So Vrindavan Das Thakur in his Chaitanya Charitamrit said, isn't it, Nanda Krishna Prabhu? What did Vrindavan Das Thakur say in Chaitanya Charitamrit? Vrindavan Das Thakur didn't write Chaitanya Charitamrit. Chaitanya Charitamrit is written by Krishna Prabhu. Vrindavan Das Thakur wrote Chaitanya Bhagavad. So in Chaitanya Bhagavad, Vrindavan Das Thakur Vrindavan Das Thakur said in Chaitanya
Somebody's making tricks today.
because they are inattentive, that's why.
Yes. And nobody complains.
And he said, mentioned 3 times, Srinadapi Sunichena, Tarorapi Sahisnena. 2 times he said, and 1 time he said, Srinadapi Sunichena, Tarogivas Sahisnena. So both the things has the same meaning. One has to become more humble than blade of grass, and has to be tolerant, more than a tree, and then Srinadapi Sunichena Tararupi Svaisnena Amanina Manadena. Then you have to give respect to that person who is torturing. See how difficult it is. And then he will be able to chant. Otherwise, devotees are complaining. One devotee, he writes to me every day, one of my students, he writes to me every day how his chanting is progressing. And all the time, one thing is common, mind is so disturbed. Mind is so disturbed. Mind is disturbed because we are not following these formulas. And you might have seen many times I am putting in WhatsApp that we have to be tolerant. Have you noticed? Yes, so tolerance is a big thing. If someone comes in front of us and says, and Padmanabh, you just go this way, or you have to do like this, it's very easy to get angry. It's very easy. Even a illiterate man can also get angry. But Vidya Vinaya Sampanne, education brings one humble. If one is not humble, then it proves that he is not educated. Even though he can achieve many degrees, but he may not be educated if it doesn't make him humble. So there is one sense that we have to become humble, we have to become tolerant. Like in the case of Jesus also, we saw that when they crucified him, can you imagine? Someone is crucified, and when he was alive, they were putting nails on hands and feet, and then they hang it on the field. And from there he is saying, "Oh Lord, please forgive them. They do not know what they are doing." Highest Vaishnava level, we cannot imagine. Oh, yes. But then, how can we compare this thing with Vrindavan Das Thakur, who is saying, who doesn't follow Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I kick him on his head. And who doesn't follow Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are keeping on his head. And Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada always in his lecture, rascal, idiot, nonsense. How Srinadati Sunichena is that? Can anyone say?
Yes,
Yes.
because when you are defending the cause of Krishna,
Yes.
you're acting like a doctor.
Exactly.
You're not offending anybody, but you're applying the surgical knife,
Yes.
not only for that person, but for the people under his influence,
Exactly.
that if they cannot be made aware of that nonsense which is going on, then they will keep suffering. But that does not mean there's no love and generosity of the devotee for that person he may be calling an idiot.
Yeah, exactly. When a teacher or father chastise his student or disciple, a guru chastise the disciple, doesn't mean that he is proud of or he is egoistic. No, not at all. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada did it in front of his disciples. He didn't address to any of his god brother or whoever is senior to them. Rascal idiots, nonsense. No, not at all. So yes, the relationship is main thing. But also there is one more thing. Today, I don't know how much you are aware of Indian politics, but yes, this thing I think you know. Mamata Banerjee and Narendra Modi. Yesterday, Mamata went to Delhi and he is in Delhi today. Tomorrow he will meet with Narendra Modi. What will she do when she will meet Narendra Modi? She will just fold his hand, isn't it? Pranam. But is it that Mamata is paying obeisances to Narendra Modi? She is humble? Not at all. Ego is there. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur, in one of his writings, he says that there are external humbleness. In our Gaudiya Parampara also, we have this system of paying obeisances or dandavat, but that doesn't mean that they are paying dandavat or obeisances from inside. But yes, we should develop it from inside to pay obeisances. Otherwise, if it is just externally and if we keep all our ego inside, full of ego that I am a great devotee because I read Bhagavad Gita 10 years before than you, so you have to respect me. Just because I read Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam 10 years before than you. You see the logic is very egoistic feeling. So we should give up that. And one more aspect we need to discuss, because when Vrindavan Das Thakur is mentioning 3 times in Chaitanya Bhagavat Trunadapi Sunichena, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, so why is that Rupa Goswami Prabhupada in his writing didn't mention this about Trinadapi? Yes, as per my realization, Rupa Goswami Prabhupada's first instruction is Vacho Vegam, Manoso Krodho Vegam, Jivha Vegam, Udarupastha Vegam. Because when we are not controlled, we are not able to control our urges, then we are proud. We try to control things. Why? Is because of our proud. And when all the urges are controlled, then he becomes humble. That's the first instruction of Rupa Goswami. So one who can control the senses is called Srinadati, is according to Bhakti Vinod Thakur, is called Srinadati. From inner portion, who can otherwise externally paying obeisances, everyone can do. Internally, to become Srinadati, one has to become, one has to control their senses. And you know why people like to fly kites, especially in winter season? There are so many birds flying on the sky. Why they want to fly kites on the sky? Why is that? Because those birds are not in the control of their hand. The skies they want to control this material world. We are proud of ourselves. Our main disease is we are trying to control this material nature. This is our main disease. So this breaks the principle of Srinadati Sunichana. And when we try to satisfy ourselves, what Nisnichana Maharaj said, then we are far away from our bhakti life, devotional life. So if we try to satisfy Krishna, then perfect devotional service. Any question?
I think we want, yeah, you have a question?
What about the person who gets proud because can't control the senses?
Can't control the senses? Is because of their ignorance, and if one cannot control the senses, can you repeat the question again?
So you are saying when someone can control the senses, it is humble. But someone can think, oh, I can control the senses, then I'm better than the others.
Or he can get pride.
Yeah.
No. If one is controlling the senses, he can control his mind also, instead of getting pride.
So that means if the person is proud, he is not controlling anything.
But the mind is
control.
The mind is in a lower level than the ego, isn't it?
No, at the same time one has to be tolerant. That's what I said. One has to be tolerant. If someone is coming and hitting you by words or physically, one has to be tolerant.
But tolerant doesn't mean, for example, I can oh, I have to tolerate this silly.
Externally, internally also.
Yeah, but
Krishna Adhishtam Sarvajire Janishada.
I can say, oh, I am tolerating this sinful, useless, that cannot control their senses. So I am feeling proud.
No, that kind of pride is not false pride. It's not false ego. You have to think something. Our brain cannot be zero. Brain cannot be zero. Has to think something.
Now we would request Madhava Krishna to say something about what is understanding. He has been working with the Vishwa Vaishnava Raj Sabha for a while, and he knows how different people react to participating, not participating. I would like to hear what is your feeling about pride in devotional service or like that. What is your advice? But you come this side, you cannot.
Can you get one chair?
No, you can stand here. No problem. No, Maharaj, you sit there. Oh, yeah. Move a little to the side. That is the first show of Trinate Prisunic. You bring the chair and you sit on the ground.
So, yeah, as this is said by our seniors, the ego is the hardest to minimize, right? Like you can, I mean, there are three main things we have to go over: it, the wish of wealth, the wish of sensual attraction, and the other one is the ego, the prestige. And it is very delicate because most of the devotees who are surrendered to Krishna, they are giving their wealth and they are giving their chastity to the Supreme Lord, to please the Lord and to please the devotees. But the trick of ego can easily come because being near to Krishna also means that we are taking responsibility. And when others are coming to ask for some advice or ask for knowledge, and when you're getting admiration and respect and honor, then easily someone can think that my opinion is important and what I'm saying is important for others, and I have some right to do something or like that, you know. And of course, in our bhakti process, we are going through the control of the senses. That it is not the same as the jnanis, but also is control of the senses. And easily I can appoint, oh, this one has committed that mistake that I am not committing because I have controlled my senses, like that. So it's a very delicate position, and and in the word of the devotees is, I mean, usually the things are for glorifying, but as the question is coming that direct, maybe my mistake also because my senses are imperfected, but at some point I feel there is some prestige thing going on the devotees. So they are looking who is a prestigious Vaishnava, who is a prestigious sannyasi, right? And we can see that actually, even if we are dividing our life in the different ashrams, the pure devotion, it is not coming on that, but just by having the position of brahmachari is higher than grihastha and pranaprastha, and then sannyasi is higher. So I understand that that is to kind of organize the society, but not to someone think, oh, I am higher than this or like that, because it is going out of the essence. So also I have noticed that it is something about like some Bengali devotees thinking that they understand better than the Orissa devotees, and the Brajavasis they're thinking they understand better than Bengalis, and everybody understands better than the Westerners, and and the ISKCON think they understand better than the other Gaudias, and the Gaudias think they understand better than the ISKCON. So in that level, even if you see, we are talking about the very high topics as Krishna's intimate pastimes in Golok Vrindavan, we're still attached to the identification of external things as body, bird, place bird, ashram, social position, and also what I have done or what I have not done. So even you can see there is the idea, oh, this devotee is Naishtika Brahmachari, and it is honored and thought that better than others. But those are conditions that I think are not really going to the essence. So our process is just to see who is devoting themselves to Krishna and to Gurudev, and we want to be friends of all of those who are trying to serve Krishna and Gurudev. And the other things should not be there. No? And of course, as naturally, everybody is trying to serve in their own way, and everybody's thinking their own way is best. But when some external differences are coming, it's kind of sad, because then we cannot get really united. That is the intention of World Vaishnava Association, Vishwa Vaishnava Ratshava. I heard that when was the first meeting organized by Srila Jiva Goswami, and Janava Mata was the main personality there, many groups came, and all of them were having different tilak, different relationship with Lord Chaitanya, and they were from different areas, maybe also talking different languages. But Janava Mata accept all of them who accept three main things, and the Srimad Bhagavatam is the greatest, that Lord Chaitanya is Brajendranandana Krishna himself, and the only way to get out of here is by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So, if we are going through that understanding, I think we can be a little bit more open-hearted and still to say, where is he coming from, what mistake he has committed, or what is the language he's using, how many rounds he's chanting, or what mistakes has committed, or how long can sit on the floor to chant the X mantra or something, right? At the end, everyone will act according to their own nature and their own inspiration, right? So we just want to make everyone happy and try to fulfill Gurudev's and Lord Chaitanya's mission. So it's quite difficult in the position of the Acharya to try to talk to the Acharyas, because in their own mission they are the greatest. And when they come to World Vaishnava Association, there are many Acharyas that are at the same level. Then at some point you have...
Reminds me of Lord Brahma being called to the Lord.
Something like that.
That's a very nice point. Very nice point. Are you ready to meet the Lord and recognize that there's many Brahmas?
Which Brahma? Which Brahma?
Which Brahma?
And that also you can see, sometimes you hear, and how many devotees are living in your temple, and how many branches you have, how many followers are in your mission? Those kind of questions are. I don't know, I hear that Bhaktivinoda Thakur said there are three things you should never ask to anybody. One is how many rounds are chanting, what is the name of the Guru, and what is the Siddha Swarupa. Because these things can make you judge some devotee, and you should not judge anyone. You should just appreciate them because they are devotee, and that's it. They are chanting, that's enough.
Shouldn't ask them how many rounds they chant, how...
Who is the Guru? Guru name. And what is the Siddha Swarupa?
That I don't understand the one who is your Guru, because if you meet anybody in Gaudiya Math, the first thing you want to know, who are you initiated by, so that you can show the proper respect to that way how the Mahamantra has come to him.
Yeah.
Where did you read that Bhaktivinoda Thakur said that?
I hear from some devotee, but I can understand by your own way, because everyone you hear, doesn't matter who is it, you will glorify, but some other devotees, they will say, oh, that's you too. Oh, okay. You know, it is not like everybody has your nature of glorifying everybody. You glorify even the stones, you glorify everyone, but some people say, oh, your guru is like that one. Oh, your ISKCON guru, or the small guru, or like that.
In this regard, yes, I also heard this in some lecture, and for example, although Prem Prayojan Prabhu is disciple of Govind Maharaj, but the position which he is holding, I cannot just go and ask him who is your Guru Maharaj, is because I did not develop that relation with him. So it depends. He will feel offended, but he can easily ask me because I don't have that much position. So it depends.
Because a great devotee, you don't have to ask who is his Guru Maharaj, because he's propagating his Guru Maharaj left and right, so everybody knows who is his Guru Maharaj. But if somebody walks in through the door now, and sannyasi or anybody, I want, oh, who are you? Very nice. Wow, who you are initiated by? Sannyasi Maharaj. Jai. Okay. Then I can give the proper respect.
Yes.
Otherwise, somebody may be from Akshaya Patram.
It depends, like if somebody enters inside, maybe you can ask or I can ask, but Nilmadhav cannot ask. So it depends on which age, what relation, it depends on many things. It's not hard and fast rule that one should not ask.
I mean, I can understand the thing about the Siddha Swarupa. Obviously, no, you shouldn't ask, because even great acharyas haven't said what is their Siddha Swarupa. And about the rounds, well, that's not a thing for discussion. Maybe they share that with themselves. But the thing with the Guru, I don't know. I would like to know if Bhaktivinoda Thakur really said that.
I don't know about Bhaktivinoda Thakur, but this is like a normal giving respect. As for frankly speaking, like Nilmadhav cannot ask Niskinchan Maharaj who is your Guru Maharaj. It's not possible. It doesn't look good.
But if he wants to know?
He can ask someone else. He can ask someone.
Oh. But nobody knows. Only I know.
Directly asking is not possible.
And
But
that's enough. We will respect him and his Guru Maharaj even without knowing.
Yeah.
He's a disciple of Srila Bhakti.
Srihid Paribrajak Maharaj.
No. His Guru is our Mahavir Goswami, who was here a few days ago.
Just in this while, I want to tell you something. Suppose I have not taken initiation, but I am serving the deities, I am chanting the holy names of Krishna all the time. Am I not a Vaishnava? Try to understand what I say. Suppose I have not taken initiation.
Srila Rupa Goswami gives the answer.
I have not taken initiation from any Guru.
Dikshasti ches pranatibis chabajantam ija.
I am chanting the holy names of Krishna all the time. And Lord Krishna is satisfied. He is talking to me, he is speaking to me at night by day. If such incidents happen, then what would you say? Am I not a Vaishnava? Am I bound to take initiation from some spiritual teacher? You will pardon me if I commit any blunder, but it is my question to you. If someone doesn't take initiation, but He is a devotee. He is a perfect devotee. I have seen such a man in my neighborhood. He has not taken initiation. And he is in the habit of saying, they are bogus. They are bogus. I shall not take initiation from them. But I know Lord Krishna only. Just in this situation, my question is he not a devotee? Is he not a Vaishnava? I want to get the answer from Gurudev.
In Upadeshamrita it says, Dikchastiches pranatibhishcha bhajantam isham. This full shloka I don't remember. But we should respect anybody who chants the holy name. Who is chanting the holy name, whatever got him to chant the holy name, we have great respect for that. But if he is an initiated devotee, then we should offer our humble obeisances to him, like, doesn't matter whether he had another guru, but we give our dandavat pranams, our loving Vaishnava feelings. And if he is a devotee who doesn't criticize anybody, who is completely free of the fault-finding mentality, in his case, I can take instructions from him, I can take guidance from him. He may be even my Shiksha Guru. Somebody is on that level, which is not automatically because somebody is initiated, and also not automatically somebody is chanting. Now, if somebody says, I've not taken initiation because I've not found my guru yet, that is fully respectable. But if somebody says, I've not taken initiation because they're all nonsense, that is Vaishnava Prarat, because how does he know whether somebody is nonsense or not nonsense? This is not a position to take. This is like saying, oh Krishna, you have no proper representative here in this world. Now, I may say, I have not met that representative which touches my heart, so I want to submit myself. That's fine. I mean, Krishna knows, you know, Brahmanda Brahmite Guna Bhagyavana Jeev Guru Krishna Prashade by Bhakti Lata Beach. After wandering throughout the universes for thousands and millions of times and years, one is very, very fortunate, then he will be given by Krishna the help to find his guru. And then with the help of the guru, he will get Krishna. Now, can he get Krishna without having met the guru? Good question. And the only one who can answer that is Krishna himself. Because if he wants to accept, we have the example of Robinson Crusoe. You know who is that?
Yeah.
You also know who is that? So let's say he is on that island alone, and all of a sudden he starts praying, because when he was small they told him you can only go and get mercy of God if you pray. So he starts chanting Hare Krishna, but there's no guru there. So then Paramatma has to take over himself. Because if he is a real sincere and really praying for mercy, he will definitely be answered. Krishna must answer. He says, Kaunteya pratijani name bhaktya pranashyati. So, to answer your question, to become a devotee, it's not necessary to be initiated. Because as soon as you decide you want to be his devotee, he will accept it. And then he will make the necessary arrangements. Oh.
Can I say something?
Yes?
So actually we also see in Srimad Bhagavatam that Dhruva Maharaj was going to the forest and making tapasya. And he was there doing great austerity that even the devas were feeling afraid of his austerity. The prana was stopped, the universe was getting hot. Then they went to Lord Vishnu and told him, please go, and this boy is calling you, go in front of him. And he said, I cannot go because he doesn't have a guru. Then he sent himself to Narada Muni and sent him and initiation. And Narada Muni went, and he went like a friend to talk to Dhruva Maharaj. And then he gave the Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya mantra. After that, immediately he recited the Lord appeared. Because already he was a pure devotee. Dhruva Maharaj was already pure devotee. But that connection or that intersection was missing. And that was needed, that Narada Muni went there and gave.
Yes. Also in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that, what's the slok?
I have heard your
Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprasnena seva.
Suppose Lord Krishna, you were saying that Lord Krishna said, yes, not taken initiation, so I shall not go to him.
He doesn't have a good guru.
Yeah. Now, suppose Dhruva is saying, I shall not take initiation from anyone. I know you won't. Just in this case, what will happen? Suppose Dhruva is saying, I shall not take initiation from anyone of this world. I know you won't. Dhruva is saying to Lord Krishna. Now in this situation, what will happen? Will Krishna say, no, take initiation, then I shall go to him? Krishna is saying, take initiation.
Krishna can do anything, but under my understanding, having a guru is necessary to really have the.
I shall not take admission. I shall not get myself admitted in any school. Is it not possible for me to pass the examination?
Also, we see in Chaitanya Charitamrita when Murari Gupta was coming in front of Lord Chaitanya, and was Lord Chaitanya's seat, and then Nityananda, and he came and he offered pranam directly to Lord Chaitanya, and then he offered pranam to Nityananda Prabhu. And that day, Lord Chaitanya didn't talk to Murari Gupta at all. Was very like mad at him. Then he could not understand why is Lord Chaitanya acting like that. Then next day, he had a dream and he understood. Then the next day he came first to Lord Nityananda. He offered pranam to him. And then he offered pranam to Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya was very happy. Nityananda is the Adi Guru, the original Guru. And what Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami explains, you cannot go directly to Lord Chaitanya without the mercy of Nityananda.
But there's one person who got initiation, or who got the connection with the Supreme Lord without a guru. You know who's that? Lord Brahma. Tene Brahma Hridaya Adikavayemu Yanti Yatsuraya. Directly the Lord in his heart became his instructor. So there's no guru. Yeah, what you going to say?
Shukdev Goswami?
That he heard Gayatri.
Huh?
Lord Brahma get instructed by Gayatri. And Gayatri is actually a gopi from school of Vrindavan. So, at some point, it was by.
He heard Tapa. He didn't hear Gayatri.
Yeah.
Gayatri came after.
Yeah, that came after. But the instruction was through Gayatri.
In another case, our Pundarika Vidya Nidhi and our Gadada.
Bharti Mataji is lifting.
One second. Gadada Pandit, he was an associate of Lord Chaitanya, and he offended Pundarika Vidyanidhi in his mind. And then Mahaprabhu said, oh look, you have not taken formal initiation yet. You can counteract your offense to Pundariki by going and taking initiation. So He was in the association of Lord Chaitanya already, but he hadn't taken initiation. So that's another story. Yes, Bhakti.
Pregunto si alguien puede decir yo no necesito guru porque yo ya sé que tengo que cantar, que adorar a la deidad, que hacer eso. Pero ¿de dónde sabe que tiene que hacer eso? Es como estar, alguien lo habrá escrito, alguien lo habrá dicho, o sea, está escuchando, siguiendo la instrucción de alguien. De alguna manera indirecta está siguiendo un guru, ¿no? O sea, alguien puede decir no voy a tomar iniciación porque no confío en nadie. Porque yo ya sé que tengo que cantar yapa, ya sé que tengo que adorar a la deidad, tengo que ofrecer prashada. Pero ¿cómo lo sabe? En ese momento, de algún modo está siguiendo instrucción indirecta de un guru. O sea, no le cae el conocimiento así directamente, ¿no? Es otra manera de seguir una instrucción, de seguir un maestro, ¿no? Aunque no se dé cuenta.
Mataji is saying that, let's say someone has not taken initiation, but that person is loving Krishna, then is chanting Japamala, is offering the Bhoga, is reading the scripture. Then she's saying from where that person is getting the knowledge to do that. How does person know that he has to chant, to read, to offer Bhoga? It means that indirectly is accepting someone's instruction, and at that point it's also kind of good because he's doing something that is not coming from itself, learning from someone.
The point is of official accepting of
Yeah.
spiritual master.
El punto es la aceptación oficial, la iniciación.
También existe el Vartmana Pradakshaka Guru. Vartmana Pradakshaka Guru no es el que te va a iniciar. He is only the person who may give you the first idea. Hey, go to the temple. Somebody says, oh, I'm so hungry. Oh, in the temple they give a good meal every time you go there. So he goes for the food, but that person becomes his guru because he sent him into the good association. No? Or read this book. So they are Vartmana Pradakshaka Gurus who lead you to the Guru. And how does it go? Shraddha, Adau Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha. So you get the association of devotees, and then things come, no? It's a process. So the first thing is faith.
Also,
Any other words on humility? Our subject was actually Trinata Pisonichana.
I have one point that is together to both. It is that I have to understand that one of actually the great thing we should do, and I hear from Srila Bodhayan Maharaj that as humble we are, as spiritual advanced we are, right? So we should try to be the most humble, then naturally we will be the most advanced. But how can we learn submission without the guru? Because sometimes guru will tell you to do things you don't like or you don't agree, but you are humble enough to accept that. And at that point, then also you are practicing your humbleness. Because if someone is telling me to do something and I don't agree, I won't do it. But I need some faith on someone, then I will do. And that humbleness will take me to do things or to accept things on Krishna's service that I will not do by my own.
I can't get it. I can't get what is the question.
It is no question.
It's no question. Commentary.
Yeah.
Madhavatika. I want to say still something about humility. We see the monkey's humility. The monkey is very humble. He comes, and if he gets something, he becomes more humble. Oh, he becomes your fan. But the moment you're not looking, he snatch. So his humility is really a good fake. Really good fake. But when he comes, no, it really looks like such a humble animal. So the real humility amongst devotees is seen in the service attitude. That they don't mind to work even hard and even over hours for something which they understand the Lord wishes them to do. And that humility of hard working is also accompanied by a second symptom. Hard working devotionally, not hard working for some salary. And that type of humility is where you can tell. Now, sometimes you see people, they are hardworking and they're not charging a salary at all, but they become puffed up. Look what I'm doing. I'm doing that service. You're not doing. And then, of course, that is the first trap they fall into, because that is not pleasing to Krishna. So the Vaikuntha competition is that whether you win or you lose, you should always be grateful that you're learning something more, and should never think that I'm winning, now I'm better than the other.
Yes.
Because sometimes we see devotees working in the kitchen 10 years. Another person going out and bringing money and donation and like this. And then they think, oh, I'm better devotee than. Therefore, we have the most important lesson on humility and service in the Ramayana. The greatest of all devotees, the most wonderful, the most beautiful, Sri Hanumanji, is bringing the big boulders for making the bridge of Sri Ram. And the little spider got inspired and is carrying a few bits of dust. And Hanuman says, can you please get out of the way? Yeah. But, out of the way, can't you see I'm carrying this big boulder? So the spider goes to the side and starts crying. Oh. Then Lord Ram comes and he hears somebody's crying here. What's this? And he finds the spider. Hey, spider, why are you crying? I cannot tell. Please, will you tell me? No. I want to know why you're crying. Nobody can be unhappy in my service arrangement. Hanuman told me to go out of the way. I was carrying a little dust for the bridge. And then Lord Ram, what did he do? He called Hanuman. Did you say something to Spider to take away the enthusiasm? Did you say something? And then Hanuman said, sorry, yes. So Lord Ram said, no good. Your big boulder, not. Anybody participating in this service here, same value. Now you offer your dandavats to Spider. And in this way, everybody was happy. True story?
Yeah. Squirrel. Yeah. And Ramchandra
that's another story.
okay.
The squirrel story is another story.
Ramchandra put his hand
Yes,
over.
but that's another story. That's not the spider story.
Yeah. But the thing is same. Teaching of this story is.
I don't know. Squirrel was also carrying something for the bridge?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
Well, I heard both stories. Okay, my dearest, we have made 1 hour of very nice discussion today. How humility in practice from different points of view. I hope you don't speak English, but you could understand something, since we had translator also with us. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Vishma Vaishnava Rajava, Srila Jiva Goswami Maharaj ki jai, Sri Radha Damodar ki jai.
श्रीपाद परमद्वैती महाराज की जय, श्रीपाद निष्किंचन महाराज की जय,
Chaitanya Leela Jaya ki jai. Oh.
गौर भक्त
Here.